Oh man, I love this time of the offseason. It's just fun and interesting and all of that. It's transfer portal time. And the first guy we're going to look at is Isaac McKneely, who has entered the transfer portal out of the University of Virginia. First off, let me mention this. It was noted on Monday that Isaac McKneely entered with a DNC, which is a do not contact tag in the transfer portal. Typically, that has meant, let's say, I'm from Atlanta. I went to Creighton. I'm tired of living in Omaha, and now I want to go back home to Atlanta, and I already know that I'm going to sign with Georgia Tech. So I'm putting a DNC in to say, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. Don't contact me. I already know where I'm going. However, Kevin Sweeney of Sports Illustrated noted this on Monday on Twitter. One portal note, in the past, you'd see do not contact tags on portal guys, mostly for players who already had a destination in mind. Now, some are using it just to ensure all contact goes through their agent instead of with them directly. Doesn't necessarily mean anything's been decided destination-wise. So this is important to know. Isaac McKneely has a DNC tag, but it doesn't necessarily mean anymore like, hey, don't talk to me because I know where I'm going. Now it's don't talk to me, talk to my agent. So don't freak out about that. Liam McKneely, for me, is the shooter Carolina needs. Everything I thought Cade Tyson would be last year, and it's not a perfect one-to-one, right? Like Cade Tyson in his career has more 2-point field goal attempts than threes, right? Like that's not Isaac McKneely. There's less of a balance there. But Carolina, in my opinion, needs Isaac McKneely. And even the things you've seen him do, I think there's more there to unlock. And I say the things you've seen him do because you've seen him play Carolina multiple times as a Virginia Cavalier because he's just coming off his junior year, had his best game against the Tar Heels he's ever had this year. 17 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 assists and 2 steals. That was back in February. So, we've seen him do stuff to Carolina, but I think he's a lot like Harrison Ingram. And what I mean by that is this. Remember, when Harrison Ingram was at Stanford, he had the weight of that team on his shoulders. He had to do it all. And I often said, Harrison Ingram is going to be able to be the man when he doesn't have to be the man. Meaning, when he doesn't have to be the sole focus of things, when he's got a lot of other talent around him, he didn't have that at Virginia. When he's got more talent around him, that allows his true talents to shine through. So I think it's actually a win and an opportunity for him to really showcase what he could do if he came to Carolina. I said it already. He is a rising senior, no COVID eligibility with the rising seniors. So this will be 1 year of eligibility remaining. He's got the stature we're looking for here, 6'4", 195. Remember, really trying to get away from undersized guards like RJ at 6 foot, like Elliot, 6'1"-ish. Would really like to see 6'2", 6'3", and up for those guard positions. Think to Kobe White. He was huge, man. So big. The chief reason I want Isaac McKneely, he does a lot of stuff that I like, but the most critical of it is one of maybe 2 most critical things for Carolina in this portal offseason, and that is shooting, and specifically shooting from beyond the arc. Let me give you his 3-point numbers. As a freshman, Isaac McKneely shot 39.2% on 3.9 attempts per game. This is all 3-point shooting. He was 51 of 30. His sophomore year, last year, 44.5%. Do you hear what I just said? He shot 44.5% from 3. Oh, it must have been not a big sample size then. 5.5 attempts a game. He shot 81 of 182. That's plenty big to me. And this year, the volume went up, and that means the percentage dipped slightly. Liam, that's the UConn player that just graduated. Isaac McKneely this year led the ACC in 3-point shooting with 42.1%. The volume went way up, 7.5 attempts a game. He shot 101 of 240. That is absurd. The track record's there. He's done it year after year. So good. The year that he just had at Carolina, that would have been the 3rd most single season 3-pointers made all time, behind only 2 ACC Player of the Season award seasons. RJ Davis hit 113 threes last year to be the most ever in a single season for a Tar Heel. ACC Player of the Year. The other is Justin Jackson, who hit 105 in 2017, going to ACC Player of the Year. Great stuff. And I'm not saying that Isaac McKneely suddenly turns into the ACC Player of the Year, but he is that good and that capable, and maybe Carolina could unlock that for him. I would love to find out. So he is, McKneely, a career then 42.2% shooter from beyond the arc. Not to mention his free throw shooting is also good, 81% from that line. Let me give you a few things that I like and a few things that I'd like to see him work on. High volume. He is a high volume 3-point shooter. 7.5 attempts a game is crazy stuff, and love that he's able to take all of that volume and still shoot above 40%. That is crazy good to me. Next thing, consistency. We just talked about it, but he's never shot under 39.2% in a season. And he's done it 3 seasons now at Virginia. So you can trust that the consistency is there. It wasn't just like a one-off year outlier all throughout his college career. And then third thing I would say is that it's going to translate. He already plays at the ACC level. We've seen it against ACC competition and others. At Belmont, it was a different conversation for Cade Tyson. I was in. I thought it was going to work. It did not work. But with an Isaac McKneely transfer, you never have to wonder that, because now that's stuck in the back of everybody's mind. Are you the next Cade Tyson? Well, who cares with Isaac McKneely, because he's already done it at the highest levels of basketball. So I'm not even asking the question, does it work in the ACC? Because we already know it does. The other thing I like is that his stroke is smooth. It's repeatable. He's shot ready to go, gets it up quick. I like that a lot. A couple things to work on. I think he's gotten better at dribbling, at moving the ball, but he's not a self-shot creator. I would like to see more of that from Isaac McKneely. That's a skill I want him to work on. Also, attacking. Again, I said he's an over 80% free throw shooter. Obviously, he's got a great 3-point shooting touch, but he didn't attempt many free throws, just 2.2 a game this past season, and that was a career high. What I'd like to see is him attack more. I think because of how his 3-point shot is respected, get a defender closing out, and then you attack the closeout, go score at the rim or pen a dish or whatever it is, get fouled. I like that. Another thing is the final thing I'd like to see Isaac work on is just a little more balance between his 3s and 2s. We talked about that already. 243 point attempts this year to just 106 2-point attempts. And not that there's anything, some guys are just shooters and that's what they do. But last year, 2022-23 season, he had 182 3-point attempts to just 100, or not to just, because that makes it seem little. It was a better balance. 182 3 attempts to 153 2-point attempts. That's what I want to see. Keep it honest, like a pass run game, right? Like, don't just rely so heavily on your 3s. So, Isaac McKneely, be a Tar Heel. Would love to have him for next year. I think he would bring so much to this North Carolina squad. It doesn't stop there. There's other guys I want to pursue. But Isaac McKneely is a dude, and I want to see him in Chapel Hill.